So I'll just ask a few questions. So,
Mhm.
what's a safe period of switching careers or trying different roles? Like, till what extent do you think that works?
What do you mean, like safe period?
Like, I've worked for 5 years on, like you worked for 5 years on a data analyst and then switched, or someone might work for 10 years and then might switch. So,
Mhm.
you think there's any good time period till where you can try these trials before actually getting into one?
I mean, there is no,
No
like,
fixed.
nah, like there is no
Yeah,
protocol out there. It really depends on, when you feel like the field you are in is not working
yeah,
for you, or you feel, there is saturation, you don't see any growth, or, it depends on your personal objectives. Like, for example, you want to work with a big company, and then, you are willing to switch domains even. Sometimes you want to
yeah.
be in a higher paid job and you feel some other domain can pay that. So, totally depends on what you want
Correct, correct.
and when you want
And
it.
yeah, what's the weightage of institutional degree or the certifications usually in these companies? When we're trying to get into a bigger companies, what's the weightage
Mhm.
of the college or university that we are coming from or the certifications that we have did?
Right. I think that is a persistent question, that everyone would have. I think degree definitely provides you a certain credibility. If you have like an Ivy League degree from a top tier college, that definitely gives you a great head start. But
Mhm.
in my like 14 plus years of corporate experience, I have seen that a lot of people do not have fancy degrees at times, and it's just their experience and
Skill.
how good that they are at their craft, that is speaking for them. So a lot of times, like we create these tiers in our head, especially in Indian
Mhm.
education system, that
True.
Ivy League and then government
Correct.
colleges and then sort of private colleges. I have seen people from private colleges, that nobody has ever heard of, and
Mhm.
they are doing their job well because it's just they took one thing and usme karte rahe, and
Correct.
yeah.
Next thing is, how did you actually find the team that you want to working on LinkedIn?
How did I find that team that I
Yeah.
wanted to work in
Suppose
LinkedIn?
I'm looking for product roles at LinkedIn. How do I find those teams? That is the part which I didn't find in the Quora answer as well. Like say
You did
someone is
not find in the
working
you did
on
not find in
search
the cure answer as well, okay?
for, yeah, this is what I was mentioning in the beginning of the call. With what is the
Mm-hmm.
one point that you want to tell me to improve that content on that thing? It's like if I want to reach out to people working on LinkedIn, say search bar, or I'm not sure of their division. So say something like that. So how do I find the right team that I want to work for?
Right. So Bandhavi's straight answer is that you do not find a team finds you.
Okay.
So that is the wrong way to approach a company that I would fit a certain team. Even if you have ever heard of people who give interviews at Google, it's an interview process agnostic of the teams, and only when you have cleared it, they assign you
Oh,
a team.
yeah, yeah.
So it
Mhm.
is not that you find a team
They
finds you.
find, okay. Hmm.
You have to you have to clear the interviews for a company. You don't clear it for a team. And once you clear it for a company which has its own set culture, its own interview assessment process, and its own culture fit, once you fit that bill, then they see, which team has openings and where you can be placed.
Correct. Any specific time period that one needs to stay at a particular company? Like I've seen your resume as well from LinkedIn. Like, so is there anything like that? Can we just keep switching for 1 year? Like,
Can
how
you
does
like, yeah, expand a little on like what is the question?
like is it okay if we keep switching companies for a year or 2 years or 1.5 year or not staying for long within a company? Like, how much wage does this switching has in one career?
Yeah, good question. The thing is that a lot of people feel that, it's not right to switch
Hmm.
constantly and rather quickly. You should spend a significant amount of time at a company. Otherwise, next employer may feel that you will be gone too soon before you even adapt to the environment. There is a different school of thought which I adopt, which is that if you feel the work environment is not working for you, or if you feel there are better opportunities out there, And above all, you feel confident that you will justify the question that, why such less time at these companies, then it makes sense. So it is a lot of, internal factors, if you will, rather than having a right or wrong answer. So there is no right or wrong answer. It's really like you have worked at a company for say 1 year, and then you again work at a company for
Mhm.
1 year, and everyone is like, you shouldn't switch too soon, but you feel confident that, then the next employer asks me why, I have an answer. And that, that is your truth.
Mhm. And say, is there any, a mathematic rule or something like how much one should ask for their experience, the pay? It's say
Mm-hmm.
with my 4 years or 5 years experience so far. Like, is there any particular rule? Like, if I'm say looking for product roles or product management roles, is there any particular rule like how much I can ask for? Is there anything as such?
Right, great question. And, I'm sure a lot of people have these questions in their heads. So, um, coming to role wise pay. Um, I'm sure that every company has like a range in which they pay for any particular role. But as a simple measure, it would always be a reflection of where you are today. So that's where the experience comes into picture, that whenever you get a new job, it would always be higher than your past job. And how many percentage it could be, that is totally, that can be very wide. It could be 30%, it could be 60%, sometimes it can be 100% as well. But your current salary is taken into consideration for sure. You cannot escape that. But
Mhm.
having said that, different roles do have their ranges in different companies
Okay.
that they will never disclose to you if you are to apply.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I guess that should be good. Yeah,
Yeah.
with the time that's left, I'm good.